Pacific One News, the news web leader, your exposure to the world.
New batch of Amarnath pilgrims leaves for Pantha Chowk base camp in Srinagar. A girl created ruckus outside the SP office. Yogi sir help me, she shouted. CM Sukhu attacked the opposition, said rhetoric is being done to grab headlines. Fierce fire broke out in a clothing factory in Noida. Goods worth lakhs of rupees burned to ashes. Hi, this is Khushi Chauhan and you're watching Pacific One News, the news web leader, your exposure to the world. A fresh batch of pilgrims left the Pantha Chowk base camp in Jammu and Kashmir, Srinagar district for onward pilgrimage to the Amarnath cave shrine. Pilgrims going to visit the cave raised slogans praising Lord Shiva. Pilgrims will use the twin routes of Pahalgam and Baltal to reach the Amarnath cave shrine. Over 3 lakh pilgrims have visited the Amarnath cave shrine in South Kashmir in the first 21 days of the annual pilgrimage that began on July 1. The pilgrims who visited the holy cave of Amarnath include 2 citizens from California, US, a Ukrainian woman, a group of 35 Nepalese nationals and 30 Malaysians. An official statement had earlier informed that since the inflow of pilgrims is increasing with each passing day, the government has ensured that transport facilities are provided from Jammu to the base camps in Kashmir. In Uttar Pradesh, Rampur district, a young woman created a ruckus outside the SP office, which some policemen are trying to stop. Its video is becoming increasingly viral on social media. In the video, the girl can be heard shouting loudly, "I don't want such a burqa which makes me naked. Want to make me do wrong things inside the burqa. Help me, Yogi ji." The girl has made serious allegations against her relatives. According to her, he also harassed her. In protest against this, the girl had filed a case about 2 years back. The hearing of the case is going on in the court. In this connection, she came to the court on 21 July. In the evening, she created ruckus outside the SP office. The girl also tried to take off her clothes. On information, the women police reached from Kotwali and took her with them. She alleges that she is being pressurized to withdraw the case. Himachal Pradesh Chief Minister Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu said during a conversation with the media that the government has done an excellent job after the disaster. He said that the government is constantly working to provide help to the disaster affected. Himachal Pradesh government is facing financial crisis. Despite this, the disaster affected people were not allowed to face any problem. He said that the assistance received from the central government has come in the form of State Disaster Response Fund. Till now, Himachal Pradesh has not received any interim relief amount from the centre. Chief Minister Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu said that the people of the opposition are only doing politics. Opposition leaders want him to constantly grab the headlines of the newspapers. The Chief Minister said that no one wants to answer these things of the opposition. After the disaster is over, we will answer everything in the assembly session. A massive fire broke out in a garment manufacturing factory located in Phase 2 of Noida. The company was evacuated in a hurry. At the same time, the fire has taken a huge form, and after the first floor, the fire has spread in the entire company. After this incident, more than half a dozen vehicles of the fire department were engaged in the struggle to control the fire. Due to the fierce fire, goods worth lakhs of rupees have been burned to ashes. But so far, there is no information about any loss of life. After the fire broke out in the textile factory, relief work was started after reaching the spot. Giving information, officials said that about 3 dozen fire engines were sent to the spot, including vehicles called from Ghaziabad, Hapur and Meerut. Police spokesman said that prima facie the fire seems to have started due to short circuit. The entire opposition is constantly attacking the government regarding the situation in Manipur. Meanwhile, the BJP has hit back at the Congress. Union Minister Smriti Irani said that the Congress is running away from the discussion on Manipur as they know they have to answer for crimes against women in their states. Smriti Irani said that I want to appeal that stop using crime against women as a means to settle political scores. Smriti Irani told that on behalf of the Ministry of Home Affairs, the country's Home Minister is ready for discussion in both the houses of the context of internal security, in the context of law and order in Manipur. We are surprised that the opposition is running away from the discussion. She further said that the people of the country elect the public representatives in the parliament and bring them with the responsibility that we discuss in the parliament on serious issues like constitutional protection as well as on national issues.
गृह मंत्रालय की ओर से मणिपुर में कानून व्यवस्था के संदर्भ में, आंतरिक सुरक्षा के संदर्भ में देश के माननीय गृह मंत्री जी दोनों सदनों में चर्चा के लिए तैयार हैं। हम अचंभित हैं कि विपक्ष मणिपुर पे चर्चा से भाग रही है। देश की जनता जनप्रतिनिधियों को संसद में चुनकर इस दायित्व के साथ लाती है कि गंभीर मुद्दों पर संवैधानिक और सुरक्षा और साथ ही साथ राष्ट्रीय मुद्दों पर हम संसद में चर्चा करें।
Now it's time for a short break. We'll be back soon.
Pacific One News, the news web leader, your exposure to the world.
The political situation was all right.
हर कीमत पर भारत की एकता व अखंडता की रक्षा की जाएगी।
Who? What? When? Why? Your curiosity is our priority. Who trumped the political tussle? Who showed their power muscle? Scaling new peaks in science and tech. Are they keeping the global warming in check? From foreign policies to international disputes, we keep an eye on India's rise to superpower. We bring you news as is. No opinions, no agenda, no masala. Keep calm and access top stories right in your palm. We bring you news that you can use.
हालात को देखते हुए देश में ये लॉकडाउन 21 दिन का होगा।
Cruising through the alleys, towns and metros. Every moment of importance, from geopolitical moves to hyper-local news. We bring you what's happening in India. New outlook, new thoughts, news with the views. Pacific One News, the news web leader, your exposure to the world.
So we are back after a break, now moving ahead. After paper leak, corruption, unemployment, now BJP has got new election weapon against Congress. BJP will now use the red diary issue raised by sacked minister and Congress MLA Rajendra Gowda as an election weapon. Leader of opposition Rajendra Rathore said that Congress wants to run away from the issue of red diary. But BJP will not allow this to happen. We will take the issue of Lal Diary to streets. BJP will fight the issue from house to road. On the other hand, if the suspension of MLA Madan Dilawar is not revoked, then the BJP will not allow further proceedings in the house. Leader of opposition Rajendra Rathore said that we have no sympathy for Rajendra Gowda. Even today, he is a member of the opposition party for us. We strongly raise the disqualification case against him in the High Court. We will take it forward. The allegations of collusion between the PCC president and the Congress are baseless. Supreme Court advocate Dr. A.P. Singh reached Seema's lover Sachin's house to meet Seema Haider, who came to India from Pakistan. Greater Noida-based Seema and Sachin didn't open the door for their own lawyer for a long time. A.P. Singh stood outside the house. He called the police to get the door opened. The advocate told the police that a petition has been filed with the president on behalf of the border. Sachin will meet Seema alone. No other member will go. Get the door opened. After this, at the behest of the police, Sachin opened the door and Seema Sachin welcomed advocate Singh by touching his feet. After this, A.P. Singh went inside and talked to both of them in a closed room. Coming out, A.P. Singh told that Seema Haider's health is bad. On the other hand, a report said that the Noida police has sent all the documents revealed from Seema Haider to the Pakistani embassy in Delhi for verification of her identity. The case of Pakistani woman Seema Haider coming in India is still in headlines that now another similar case has come to the fore. This time an Indian woman has reached Pakistan to meet her lover. The name of this woman living in Rajasthan is Anju. Anju befriended a Pakistani man, Nasrullah, on Facebook and then fell in love with him. Anju is married and is the mother of 2 children. Anju was born in Kailor village of Uttar Pradesh and lived in Alwar district of Rajasthan. She is now in Pakistan to meet his Pakistani friend Nasrullah. Anju released a video from Pakistan and said that she will return to India soon. She said in the video that I have come to Pakistan with a valid visa. I am safe here. I have no problem. I will return back in a few days. I appeal to the media not to harass my child and family. The word selfie has become a very popular word in the last decade. This is the reason that whenever people go somewhere, they keep a smartphone with them which has the facility of selfie. Taking selfie is not a bad thing, but under what circumstances selfie is being taken or picture is being clicked, it matters. One such case of selfie has been seen in Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar of Maharashtra. Here a tourist foot slipped while taking a selfie at this viewpoint waterfall in front of the Ajanta caves. The tourist fell into a 2000 feet deep pit. After this incident, the personnel of police and archaeological department saved the life of the young man. The tourist who fell into the pool has been identified as Pundalik Shaban, a resident of Soigaon. The tourist was able to swim. He saved his life by holding on to a stone in the pool. 2 fuel tanks of the aircraft fell near Jinkhal, Banjaria village of Khalibad Kotwali area of Sant Kabir Nagar district of Uttar Pradesh. A crowd of people gathered to see it. Seeing this fuel tank suddenly falling from the sky in the village, the villagers were horrified and there was an atmosphere of chaos. After which they hurriedly informed the police. The villagers told the police that 2 missile-like instruments had fallen from the sky. As soon as the information was received, a heavy police force reached the spot. At first, for about half an hour, no one gathered the courage to go to the farm for fear of explosion. Later, as soon as the police arrived, a crowd of people gathered. Eyewitnesses told that they saw in the sky that there was a fire behind the airplane. After this, both the fuel tanks of the aircraft fell down. Now it's time for a short break. We'll be back soon.
Pacific One News, the news web leader, your exposure to the world.
The political situation was all right.
हर कीमत पर भारत की एकता अखंडता की रक्षा की जाएगी.
Who? What? When? Why? Your curiosity is our priority. Who trumped the political tussle? Who showed their power muscle? Scaling new peaks in science and tech. Are they keeping the global warming in check? From foreign policies to international disputes, we keep an eye on India's rise to superpower. We bring you news as is. No opinions, no agenda, no masala. Keep calm and access top stories right in your palm. We bring you news that you can use.
हालात को देखते हुए देश में ये लॉकडाउन 21 दिन का होगा.
Cruising through the alleys, towns and metros. Every moment of importance, from geopolitical moves to hyper-local news. We bring you what's happening in India. New outlook, new thoughts, news with the views. Pacific One News, the news web leader, your exposure to the world.
So we are back again, now moving ahead. There is a political uproar regarding the 2024 elections. 26 opposition parties have come together to corner the BJP led by Narendra Modi. On their behalf, the name of their alliance has been given as India. Since then, the BJP has been targeting the opposition over the name of the alliance. Today, Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself also taunted the opposition parties regarding this. Amidst all this, senior BJP leader and MP Ravi Shankar Prasad has also targeted the opposition parties. In his statement, Ravi Shankar Prasad said that we are proud of our PM. We are coming back to power in 2024. PM Modi has given statement that Indian National Congress East India Company was founded by a foreign national. He said that today people are using names like Indian Mujahideen and Indian People's Front. Anything taken at face value could really be different from the truth. Along with this, he targeted the opposition and said that they have agreed that they should not come to power. Governor Vishwabhushan Harichandan is reviewing the educational activities, research work and other works of all government universities of the state at Raj Bhavan. Senior officers of Higher Education Department, Vice Chancellors of all government universities are present in the meeting. In the meeting, the status of implementation of the National Education Policy 2020, the status of evaluation of universities and affiliated colleges by National Assessment and Accreditation Council, grading and the efforts being made by institutions to improve its grading will be reviewed. Along with this, recruitment and appointment etc. to academic posts in universities are being reviewed. In order to promote the quality of higher education, the MOU signed between the university and other higher educational institutions, observance of academic session, timely release of examinations and results, and information about special research, innovation, etc. done by the universities will also be taken. Director Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer has once again put the spotlight on one of the history's most controversial figures. And by Nolan's own estimation, the most important person who ever lived Oppenheimer was in the charge of the Manhattan Project in the 1940s. An American endeavor which resulted in the creation of the world's first atomic bombs. Oppenheimer often spoke about the guilt that he felt after 2 bombs were dropped on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and dedicated the rest of his days to advocating for the regulation of nuclear power. He refused to participate in the creation of the hydrogen bomb and urged his government to treat very carefully. These themes are prominently explored in Nolan's film, which ends with a guilt-ridden Oppenheimer having a vision of the world's destruction. Actor Juhi Parmar was left outraged when she stepped into a cinema hall with her 10-year-old daughter to watch Barbie. In a social media post, she wrote how shocked she was by the film's inappropriate language and sexual connotations and had to walk out after 10 to 15 minutes. As per Juhi, a lot of parents followed suit as she accused the makers of misleading the audience. A lot of my own audience is not going to happy with what I share today. Some of you may send me a lot of angst, but I share this note as a concerned parent to Barbie and for the other parents out there. Don't make the mistake I did, and please do check before you take your child for the film. That choice is yours, she said in a note. Telugu cinema has been going places in recent times, and thanks to Rajamouli for making it possible for his fellow directors. In recent times, Prabhas Starer and the much anticipated Kalki 2898 AD Part 1 featuring Prabhas was launched with great excitement at the San Diego Comic Con. The teaser release has already amassed nearly 20 million views, generating a significant buzz among fans. The film was initially slated for release on January 12, 2024, but now the filmmakers are considering pushing the release date to May 9. This is going to happen only because the production house Vijayanti Movies and producer Ashwini Dutt have a sentimental attachment to that particular date. Both of his earlier films, the biggest blockbuster hits of all time, were released on May 9 and proved to be massive hits. Hence, the idea of releasing Kalki AD Part 1 on the same date appeals to him. That's all for now. Stay tuned for more updates.
Pacific One News, the news web leader. Your exposure to the world.